think because there's quite a lot that has to be done before then, and we want to make sure that there is a smooth transition from the current operator to the next operator, whoever that may be. So what we've called for now is we've called for requests for proposals, RFPs. There is a document which outlines all the various criteria that would have to be met, and we're inviting the people that are interested to submit their proposals by a particular day in November. Then there will be a process of engaging with them, looking at them, assessing them, which will be done by the National Lotteries Board. And then by October 2014, they will then present to the Minister a recommendation. The Minister will have to apply his or her mind and then take a decision. And so the idea is that there will be a smooth transition between the current operator and whoever it is who wins the next lottery.
And presumably and that is because of what happened in the past, where for 6 months there was no lotto in this country.
That's correct. That's one of the issues. So we've decided this time round that we're going to appoint a team of auditors, a high-powered team of auditors who are going to absolutely scrupulously ensure that all the requisite processes required under the National Lotteries Act are complied with. Last time round, the issue was that, well, there's a prohibition on political office bearers being involved in the lottery company, and this was interpreted to mean also in companies that invest in the lottery company. So there had to be a long process of scrutiny. And that resulted in, there was a court case around it, then there was a process thereafter, and that resulted in there being no lottery for 6 months. This time around, we want to try to make sure that we do everything completely according to the book, so that it is, in fact, a process that is does not result in an interruption in the operation of the lottery.
So political office bearers are not allowed, to be part of the bidding company?
Well, I mean, the Act says that political office bearers cannot be part of the company that operates the lottery, yes. And then the question that arose last time round was if a company has a stake in the operator, if the company that runs the lottery is usually a consortium, it has to be a company registered in South Africa, but usually it's an international partner and a lottery operating technical partner. But there could be various companies that are involved in investment, and some of them had people. Well, it also then depended on the definition of political office bearer, and so that went to court. Judge Sariti made a ruling, and we're going to make sure that we comply also with the ruling that was made there by Judge Sariti last time around.
But what are some of the other key no-nos, so to speak, as far as those people who are bidding for this license?
Well, I mean, they basically have to be fit and proper people, but it's a competitive process. The document which is available for the bidders, who have to pay 50,000 Rand for it, is outlining the kind of criteria that we're looking at. So we're looking at someone who's going to operate the lottery technically capably, but also we're looking at empowerment, not just in the makeup of the operating company, but also in terms of the way it relates to small businesses that are going to be operating outlets for the lottery. We're also looking at localization, and these criteria, among others, are contained in the lottery bid document. And then we will be assessing the bids according to all the various criteria. So that's also, we have to make sure that we are scrupulously fair about assessing the various bids that are going to be made in the bidding process.
One of the controversies over the past couple of years, Minister, has been about how the National Lotteries Board disperses some of the money to charities and so on. To what extent is that important for you before you even consider the bid? Is that a criteria at all? Because it keeps the National Lotteries Board in the news over and over again for wrong reasons.
Well, I mean, they're two separate processes. The operator has to pay, and here again we'll be looking at the business model very carefully. What is going to be the payments into the National Lotteries Distribution Trust Fund? When the money gets into the trust fund, then it is the responsibility of the board, and in particular distribution agencies, to distribute it according again to the criteria that are in the Lotteries Act. Here, I think we've seen a lot of improvements. And since I took over, when I took over, there was large amounts of undistributed, unallocated money. That's not the case now. There's money that's not been distributed because people are getting it conditionally, but there's none of it that's unallocated at the moment. It gets allocated pretty quickly. So we've introduced administrative reforms, we've introduced reforms in the regulations, and now we have a bill that's going through Parliament, and that's the result of extensive consultation. Among other things, it will put in place full-time lottery distribution agencies.